Hey everybody, Weem here. Welcome to This War of Mine. In war, not everyone is a soldier. That's the slogan of the game, and this game is very much about playing as a civilian and surviving in the midst of a war. As they say, you normally end up playing an elite soldier and everything, but this really focuses on the hardship of war and trying to make it through when you're not involved in it from a military standpoint or, again, as a soldier. So anyway, we've got 3 survivors here. Now, these are randomly given to us each time you start. So we're going to get this little pop-up here in a second, if I remember correctly. There we go. So these are the 3 we're starting with. And as you can see, they're kind of here. We've got one standing here, and the other 2 are kind of sitting. We can actually flip through their cards here. We got Bruno, Marko, and Pavle. So these 3 guys here, I think these are the 3 I started with the first time I kind of was experimenting with the game. But and again, these will change every time. There's kind of a pool of them, and they randomly kind of cycle through. And Pavle will actually always be a fast runner. Like every time you get him, he's going to be a fast runner. You just may not get him in each game. So that's kind of how that works as far as starting characters go. Now we are here in what's called our shelter, and we actually cannot leave during the day. So during the day, you're kind of setting up things here, getting things situated. You can build different workbenches and things like that can help you. Beds, for example, you can make food, all kinds of stuff. So that's kind of what's going to happen during the day. And during the night is when we can actually sneak out with one of these guys and go scavenge somewhere. We choose a location on the map and we go explore it. So anyway, we're going to have to kind of get things started right off the bat here. Let's go ahead and start with Pavle. And we're going to send him up to check this pile of rubble. So you can see there's hands all across this place, and those are usually things you can interact with and find things. So we're going to send him up there. You're going to see he's going to walk right over here, turn into it, and we're going to get this pop-up once that kind of cycles around. So here's the materials he's found, and we'll look into this stuff a little bit more here in a bit, but for now I'm going to just go ahead and grab all of those, and we're going to jump to these other guys. So let's see. Let's have Bruno go ahead and check this pile that's down at the bottom here, and we'll just have Pavle come over and go through this pile here. So let's see what we can find. So down here we've got a couple other items. Again, I'm just going to grab all of these. And once Pavle grabs his stuff, we'll kind of see what we're dealing with here. So I'm going to grab all that, exit. Now at the top left we have our basic information about the day here. You can see this is spinning around, and when it comes to night, everything kind of stops, and then we have to kind of go into that phase. So we can actually jump into our things and see all of our inventory here. So we have some herbs here, we have components. These are used in a variety of ways. We got water, wood, and electric parts. So that's currently what we have. And with those parts, we can actually send somebody. Let's go ahead and send Marko down here to this workbench that we start with. And as he goes down, I'm going to kind of point out a couple other things. Obviously, we have doors here. The piles of dirt, these are actually rubble that you have to dig your way through. And one of the things that you can eventually make is a shovel, for example, help kind of dig through there. But right now we're looking at the simple workshop, and you can see we've got all of the different things we can make here. If it's white, we can make it. We have the supplies. If it's not, if it's grayed out, we're missing something. So we could make the metal workshop. It only requires 5 wood and 10 components. We have 25 and 30, each of those respectively. We have fuel we can make. That's good for kind of heating things up. We do have some workshops here. So there's all kinds of different things we can make, but what we're going to do first is make a bed. And you can see that gives us this guy here. We can drag around and put this anywhere we want, but the X is going to let us know if we can't put it somewhere. Can't block the ladder. We could drop it here though. Click place, and he's going to go ahead and walk over and start building that. So let's jump down here. Bruno, you bust that door down. And let's go back up here to Pavle. And let's see. I'd like to get through this stuff. So go ahead and start digging away at this rubble. So this is going to take a while to dig through. Sometimes I end up interrupting this, and it takes us a day or two to get through things. But we're going to go ahead and have him get started on that. And it looks like Bruno made it through the door. Let's go ahead and open this and check that pile of stuff. See what's in the drawers here. So we've got some more materials. Cool. Parts and clean water. Let's go ahead and grab all of that. Now, one of the things you can see here in the orange font, we have slightly sick. Bruno is slightly sick. We can actually click on their pictures here and it will snap to them. Pavle is totally fine. and we have slightly wounded with Marko. So they'll get statuses on here like tired or very tired, hungry, things like that. And we're going to really have to manage that, because if we're not on top of it, they do not have a good time. I was reading that if it gets bad enough, they'll actually kill themselves. So we really want to make sure that we're taking care of everybody here. Now, Marko being slightly wounded, I'm just going to have him lay down. It's going to say he's recovering. There we go. So we're going to go ahead and let him recover. All the way up here, Pavle is still digging away at the rubble. We'll actually be able to get through that and today. And let's see, what do we have on the other side here? Rubble, and more rubble. Let's go ahead and have Bruno go up here and check these two out and see what kind of materials we can find. Okay, well, Pavle found a couple things, and we had Bruno obviously check a couple things here as well. So we found a good number of items. I'm going to send Bruno over to see if we can do any kind of crafting. Now, the up arrow here, we can actually upgrade the workbench. This icon over here represents that we need a pick for the lock there before we can get through. That's something we can make with the metal workshop, I believe. But right now you can see, based on the materials we have, we can make anything except for the fuel that's made out of books, because we don't have any. These are just various types of fuel. Now, we do have a rainwater collector. I'm thinking that we might make that while we have the materials. It might be good. Let's see. Let's exit and check our things. We do have 6 things of water, so maybe we can hold off on that. We have 1 bed. It would be nice to have a second so we can have 2 people rest at night. Let's go ahead and make that. We have plenty of materials for that. And then we'll go ahead and set that guy. I think we'll just put it over here. So one of the things that can happen as well is we can actually run into other people and bring them in. And that's something that you really have to... It's one of those, like they say, they want to present tough situations and put you in positions where you have to make tough decisions. And in that case, you have to really look at it. And you can see that here we only have... We're going to cycle into the night here. It's going to interrupt me. But that's okay. So we have 2 food, but we have 3 people, right? And they're hungry. We need to feed them every day. So you have to consider that. If you're going to bring somebody in, can you feed them? Do you have the right amount, of food? So you may have to turn people away. But let's go ahead and turn to the night cycle now that that's popped up on us. You can see that we've got our guys here, and we get to see their statuses, and then we have options for them. So we can have one person go out and scavenge, and you can see we have our shelter down here at the bottom, and then we have the locations to choose from here. So we have a shelled cottage, and we can see that here are the possibilities for things we can find there. So we have a semi-detached house. Looks like the supplies between it and this guy, well, some food, huge amounts of food. So right now food is kind of a thing. I'm almost thinking we go where the huge amounts of food are. This has huge amounts of material, and this has weapons and material. Let's go ahead and go for the food. I think that's important. And Pavle is a fast runner, but I like Marko as a skilled scavenger. So let's go ahead and have him do that. Bruno in bed, and Pavle will take the floor because he's not sick or anything right now. It looks like Bruno needs the bed more. So now that we've made that decision, we're going to go ahead and prepare. That's going to jump us over here and ask what we want to bring along. So we are going to bring along the lockpick in case we're faced with a room that's locked. We don't really need to worry about food or anything. I actually don't think you can eat this while you're out anyway, so that doesn't really matter, or drink the water or anything. So I think we're going to go ahead and leave it at that. Let's go ahead and scavenge. Okay, so here we are, and you can see we've got this place. There's some area we can see. The walls are kind of busted open here, so that's not a problem. I'm actually not sure what this icon is. So anyway, we may check that out. But I can climb up here, I believe. Let's see if we can climb up this guy. Yeah, he'll jump up there. Cool. And then we can lockpick this, or we can actually peek through here. So let's do that. Let's see. Okay, so there's activity. There's people here, and you really do have to be careful. Some people you can talk to, or at least we have people come to our door to barter. So I'm assuming some of these people can be talked to. I haven't really got that far. Let's go ahead and drop back down. Now, one of the other things to consider is our night cycle is limited as well. I'm going to walk up to this really quick. If you look up at the top, you can see we've got the dial turning around. And if we do not choose to run to the exit, if we don't get out of this place or get back over here before that timer runs out, he could be stuck out for a while, and who knows what can happen. I've only had it happen once, and it took him a while to get back. So Let's go ahead and see. I don't know what this is. Oh, okay, interesting. So he kind of ducks out and hides in there. It's kind of like a little stealth move. And I can't, oh yeah, we can. It's kind of a hole pop through there. Oh, so this person said he's scavenging in the courtyard. So these guys know I'm here. Let's go ahead and cruise through here. What does he want from us? I don't know. Oh, no. Bazina will shoot him on sight. So let's go ahead and grab this stuff. I don't want to hang out long. It sounds dangerous. There's people all over the place. So this is fine. We got some weapon parts and everything. Let's go ahead and grab all those. And that's totally fine. This icon over here, though, represents more of a stealing action. And we may not have people that are cool with that. So that's something that we have to be careful. This guy did say, show yourself. Okay, let's get out of here. He says, you're dead. And if they have a gun, we're in trouble. So let's just get out of here. We'll make this a short visit. Okay, so day 2, we have Marko should be returning with the supplies that he was able to scavenge in the very brief period he was there. And basically, we'll get a window pop up and show us what we've got. So there we go. This night was calm. And you can see that Marko's been searching for supplies and shows us again what we found. And that's going to go into our pool. So what I'd like to do while I get him to maybe go rest, maybe finish up the bed with somebody here because we got interrupted. I wanted to, is he smoking or is he just really cold? He's really cold. I wanted to mention that normally I would have done this episode as kind of a Weem Tries. I've done this as one episode, really, as a Weem Tries episode to show you guys. But in playing the game, I played through day 4 or 5 or so to kind of get used to things. I found I was really enjoying it. And I was wanting to play through it anyway. So we're going to do a series. And basically what that means is we're going to play until either we've outlasted the war or we've lost all of our people. So one of those two things happens. But I would certainly appreciate if you guys leave a like if you're enjoying this and leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the game, especially if you want to see more of this. If, for example, I die after just a couple episodes, you know, is this something you'd like to see me continue beyond that? That's definitely something I would like to know and would appreciate that. Let's go ahead and... Why don't you go ahead and get some rest? He's hungry and tired, but we're going to let him sleep. And then with Pavle, we're going to jump down in here and look at making some things. So we do have the 2 beds. I'm kind of thinking about making the metal workshop, so that gives us more options of things to build. Although that said, we could use some heat. Obviously, the guys are cold. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead and make this guy. That's kind of like a basic need. And we'll just go ahead and place that over here. We'll go get that made. Pavle can work on that, work on heating this place. Meanwhile, the other 2, Mark and Bruno, sleep. Marko and Bruno, rather. And, yeah, I think we're going to kind of take it easy for a little while, let those guys get some rest. And then we'll see if we can get Pavle maybe looking around. Maybe we'll get him some food and get him looking into some other things here. Okay, so in order to get the food and the fire going, we're going to need to make some fuel. So we're going to jump in here, and we can only make the one from wood here. We can't make anything with that with books or the components because we don't have enough of those. So let's go ahead and make one of these. I'm going to put this together really quick. You can see the heater over here, and we have 0 on the fuel. Let's walk on over here. Maybe you could get a little jog in there. There we go. So now we've got the 1 in there. So things should heat up a bit here. In fact, you could see it going up. 16, so it went to 17, 18, and now 19. So my assumption is that's going to be Celsius. I think that translates correctly into a nice temperature, somewhere in the 60s, maybe hitting 70 or something, for those of us who use Fahrenheit. So anyway, we now have the heat going, which is great. These guys aren't freezing, and let's go ahead and jump up here and get some food. Now you can combine these. If we made the burners, you can actually combine the 2 and make a meal. And in fact, Bruno, I believe, Bruno is a good cook, but we just don't have that kind of stuff. What we can have is we can have people show up here at the front door, and we can barter with them. Somebody will come knocking at the door, and we can do some trading with them, which is pretty cool. Okay, so Pavle has slept poorly, and he is still hungry. Let's go ahead and cycle through here. So Marko is just hungry. Let's go ahead and have Marko get up and start working on this door, and we'll let Pavle go ahead and go down here and sleep. You'll see they'll wait for each other on the ladder. Very kind of you. Actually, if you speed this, if you actually right-click, they do a little slide. They grab the edges and slide down. It's pretty cool. We are running out of night, and Pavle did not want to rest. I thought that maybe given enough time he would actually go rest, but that wasn't the case. So I really don't know how much Pavle is going to get done here, but whatever he does kind of clear out of this rubble, it will stay, that progress will remain, so we can at least get some work done. It is going to jump us to night, though. It's going to be running down here in just a second. We'll see how much he can get done. I think he might get about halfway through there. Now, you can't have people help each other. That's one thing I tried. I tried to bring somebody else in previously with the rubble and tried to see if 2 people could dig it out, but that was not the case, unfortunately. It's all alone. And you can see Marko's up here saying, well, at least it's warm. Okay, so once again, we've passed into the night cycle and have a decision to make. Now, Pavle is the fast runner. We obviously sent Marko before because he's a skilled scavenger. And I was thinking about kind of, you know, when I sent Marko before, okay, well, next time I'll send Pavle. But the problem is, having slept poorly and still hungry, I'm not sure that's the best idea. So I think we may just have Marko go again and see what he can find. So we're going to go ahead and set him to scavenge. And we'll let Pavle get some rest. We do have the 2 beds, you can see there. Now, let's see, we kind of chose this place because of the huge amounts of food, but really there's a lot of people there. It's a little bit dangerous. Now, one of the things I really enjoyed about this was I thought that if you went to a place, you'd probably check it out and leave, and that would be it. You wouldn't go back. But I actually found a place at one point that had bars on a door and you needed a saw to cut through, and I didn't have that. So it really presented that thing where you would go into a place and say, I can't get into this, maybe later, I'm going to come back and revisit that. I think that's really cool. You're kind of bouncing around different areas. So anyway, we'll go back to the semi-detached place. Maybe if we have a weapon next time, maybe we'll get aggressive with them. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and leave that. And we do have some new places. We do have a garage here. Let's see. It has lots of food as well. So maybe this is the place for us to be going. I think that is what we're going to do. So we're going to jump into prepare. I think we still have a lockpick available to us, so we'll probably have Marko take that along. But I think for now I'm actually going to leave it there. So once again, I really would appreciate if you guys leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and certainly leave a comment letting me know what you think about the game. Is this a game you're excited about? Does this look really cool to you? I love the concept. I'm really enjoying it. I'm having a blast. So I'm looking forward to bringing you guys more episodes, especially if you are excited about seeing more of that. So anyway, like I said, I think we're going to leave it at that. I hope you guys stay tuned for the next episode, and I'll catch you next time.